Bowl 60
Touchdown!
on TSN and CTV. Seahawks, Patriots, Darnold versus May.
Wow.
Live in Santa Clara, California, with the Apple Music Super Bowl halftime show featuring Bad Bunny.
That's a little nasty right there. You deserve to dance.
Super Bowl 60. Seahawks, Patriots, Sunday, February 8th on TSN, CTV, and Crave.
The Seattle Seahawks are facing the New England Patriots this Sunday at Super Bowl 60 at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California. TSN's Football Insider Dave Naylor joins us now from California to preview the big game. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning.
Thanks for being with us. Now tell us about the vibe there right now in Santa Clara. How's it feeling?
I got to be honest, this is my 18th Super Bowl, and the vibe is not what I normally experience. Even like this is Friday morning, right? So a lot of times to truly measure the vibe, you kind of have to experience the weekend and come out the other side of it. But I would say by Thursday night, you usually have a pretty good sense that the Super Bowl is in town, that the fans have arrived, and you kind of feel that buzz out there. Haven't felt a lot of that. And I think, a lot of it has to do with the geography here. The Bay Area hosting the Super Bowl. The game is in Santa Clara where the stadium is. You've got teams in San Jose. You've got a lot of the media and other things constructed around San Francisco where we're staying. So it does not, it's the opposite of the New Orleans Super Bowl where everything is kind of contained within about a 5-mile square district. I walked to the Super Bowl game from my hotel last year. I walked to the player availabilities during the week. You could sense the Super Bowl at every turn in the city. That is not the case out here this year.
Okay, so what kind of action can fans expect to see on Sunday?
Well, there's all kinds of different ways that you can look at this game, and the way that I'm kind of looking at it is the best defense from the regular season in the National Football League, which was Seattle. They gave up the fewest points of any team, against the best defense from the playoffs. And the New England Patriots have given up just 26 points. Their defense has been historically great on this path. Now, they've played some teams that have been, via injuries, kind of declawed. So there is a skepticism about the level that the Patriots defense has played through these playoffs. And I know fans get a lot more excited about offense than they do defense, but those are kind of the calling cards of these two teams. As I say, Seattle #1 in the regular season, New England #1 in the playoffs. And Drake May, who did not win the NFL's most valuable player, the quarterback for New England, and he was a finalist for it, he has not played like Drake May did during the regular season. So I think there's a lot of curiosity about whether the Patriots can kind of get their offense on track. They've won it with defense so far, but I think that's the intrigue for me is which team defensively can dominate on Sunday, because they've both proven they're capable of doing that.
Okay, well, we got to talk about the halftime show, and it's getting a lot of attention this year, of course, with Bad Bunny. It's quite controversial for some, and some are excited about it. What do you think is happening with that?
Well, I think one of the things the National Football League is trying to do, just as an overall business strategy, is expand its reach beyond North America. And you see the NFL announced a number of international games here again this week. This has become a big thing. They keep adding to the schedule. And I think Bad Bunny, as he's a Puerto Rican with American citizenship, but he's also an international superstar. I believe the most streamed musician in the world right now. So, what I think the NFL is looking for is people that wouldn't necessarily watch the Super Bowl will tune in for Bad Bunny and thus will maybe stay around for the second half or those kinds of things. They're trying to get the global reach of the league sort of, further and elevated to a bigger level. Now, nothing happens in the United States right now without there being a flip side to that. Of course, there is an alternative halftime show, which is featuring Kid Rock, which is going to be politically very different than maybe. And when I say politically, Bad Bunny spoke out against ICE
right.
At the recent Grammys. There's some speculation: will he say something from the stage of the Super Bowl? So the two Americas that we've all become very familiar with are kind of playing out on this Super Bowl halftime show.
Well, I'll be watching Bad Bunny. Thank you so much, Dave, for your time today.